August is going to be a massive month for game releases. We have a big Xbox sale that is going on right now with games up to 90% off. Lots of good ones there. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the remake. This news that has come out basically confirms that this thing is happening. Starfield reportedly is being pushed back in terms of a PS5 release, and the PlayStation 6. More info, pricing, things like that, what we could be looking forward to for the next generation. But before we do get into it, if you do enjoy daily gaming news and content, make sure to hit the subscribe, share, like. All of those things really help the channel grow. I see many of you who do watch are not subscribed, so I would appreciate it if you did hit the button. But for now, let's get into it. So August is going to be an absolutely massive month with game releases on multiple different platforms. But let's take a look here at some of the biggest releases that are coming out for Xbox, and they'll be out on other platforms as well. Coming in August, it's a big month. Like starting right off of the bat, at the end of this week, you have, I would say, one of the more highly anticipated games of the year, which is Mafia: The Old Country, here coming out on August 8th. Now, this is a linear Mafia. It's not like an open world one like Mafia 3. It's going to be very narrative focused. They've been showing gameplay around it, and there have been people out there that have been looking at the gameplay and are somewhat concerned or confused or may not be living up to what they are expecting. But I think Mafia: The Old Country, if you're going into this one, it's going to be basically all about the story with some decent combat elements to it and some stealth and stuff. Looking for a linear experience where they generally deliver here. Like if you played Mafia 1 or Mafia 1 Remake, it was kind of like that. The combat, the gameplay wasn't the best, but it was all about the story. And that's what I'm looking forward to here with Mafia: The Old Country. I like these games, so I'm going to check this one out at some point. August 8th is when it does come out. Then you have Cinema Sega's Hellblade 2, the Enhanced Edition. If you want to see the 60 frames per second upgrade and you're on Xbox, you get this for free. You don't have to go out and purchase it. But this is also where this game is going to be landing on the PlayStation 5. So it will be interesting to see the sales on this game here. I don't think Hellblade 2 is going to be a chart topper like we have seen with games like Forza and Sea of Thieves and Indiana Jones, where Xbox publishes these games on PS5 and it dominates the charts, because the first one wasn't. And it is a much more of a niche game. So people will buy this one, but I don't think it'll be anywhere near on top of the charts. I am interested in seeing here the 60 FPS and how it affects the cinematic experience, the graphics and everything, because that is what Hellblade 2 is all about. One of the most beautiful looking experiences out there. How will the 60 FPS improve upon it, or maybe even detract from it if they're going to reduce some of the fidelity of this game? So this is coming August 12th. If you're on Game Pass, you have it. You don't have to go ahead and buy it, but it will be on PS5. Madden NFL 26, August 14th. I used to be a big Madden fan back on like the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube generation, but I found for a while now the game just has not met my expectations. It was specifically with things like franchise mode, and this is because they focus so much on Ultimate Team. They moved away from caring enough about improving the gameplay on a year-by-year basis. I guess it's been getting somewhat better. I would love to see 2K get back in the fray here for NFL games. I think that would help these games get better with a lot more competition, but we'll see how Madden NFL 26 does do. I always check them out, though. I always play a bit of it to see if it will catch me and capture me for the year. We'll see if Madden NFL 26 does do that. This is going to be coming out August 14th. You have Delta Force August 19th. Don't know too much about this one, but it is large-scale PvP warfare, and they're bringing this one back. So I've never played the Delta Force series before, so if you're interested in that, August 19th. Black Myth Wukong is dropping on Xbox August 20th, 1 year since the date. We know the whole story around this. I think more so than ever now, with the day that this is dropping and more information that has come out, there was some sort of deal that was created to not release this on Xbox day one as with the PS5. But now you're going to play it on Xbox. If you want to check it out, Black Myth Wukong is here. I haven't played it yet. I may end up checking it out here on Xbox. Gears of War Reloaded. I was initially not that excited about this one because I've played Gears of War so many times. But I am actually pretty excited to see how Gears of War Reloaded improves upon just the Ultimate Edition, where they already did a remaster of Gears of War, but it's going to be the multiplayer side of things with Gears of War Reloaded, where I am pretty intrigued to see how big this does get, because it is phenomenal multiplayer. And now with PS5 brought in here, I think this game will be big. I think there will be a lot of people jumping into this one. I think Gears of War Reloaded will be a chart topper, maybe not number one, but up there in the charts for PlayStation 5 sales and the online multiplayer. I can't wait to just see people going at it. And you can bring in and make it fun with the PlayStation versus Xbox guys. It'll be a fun time. Helldivers 2, the PlayStation published game, PlayStation also developed game here, because Nixxes was involved here with the Xbox port. If you go onto the Xbox store, it says here Nixxes was there. So it's beginning here with the whole multi-platform third party, especially with that job listing. Helldivers 2 launching on Xbox. I think this game will do very well, and I think it will be on top of the sales for Xbox, because this is a very fun game. I already have it on PC, but fun game. And if you haven't played it, I would recommend going to check it out August 26th for that. And then you have Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater here on August 28th. I'm looking forward to this one. I like the original. This will be a big, big game. Everything they've shown off so far with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater has looked very good. So, I mean, August is just insanely stacked. If you're a gamer, this is the month here where you really have to be selective on which games you're playing, because it'll be hard to get through or put at least a decent amount of time in all of these games, especially with like a Madden coming out. If you like that, having to choose if you want to play that or something else. Black Myth Wukong and all these games, your Gears of War Reloaded, if you're in the multiplayer, spending hours in that. So it'll be fun. But the reality here is, if you are on Xbox or you're in Xbox Game Pass, I mean, you're getting Gears of War in Game Pass. You're also getting the Hellblade 2 Enhanced Edition on Game Pass. So those ones you don't have to think about if you want to go out and purchase them. Then you'll have the option to go pick up other games on top of that. There's also major discounts happening here at Xbox, again, with games being reduced to 90 to 95%. So if you want to purchase other stuff that isn't new, now is another time to get it. Here are some of the deals. You can go through this list, like Gotham Knights. If you still haven't played this one yet and you're kind of interested in if you would like it, $7 now here on Xbox. Homefront: The Revolution. Those are pretty fun. $4 here on Xbox. Hotline Miami 2, $1.50. Hotline Miami games are fun. If you've never checked those, I got some Injustice 2 here for $4 if you like fighting games. And I mean, the list really does go on. Lots of stuff here. Middle Earth: Shadow of War is $5. Now would be a time, if you've never played that one, to go ahead and check out the Shadow of War game. So lots of big deals here for 90% off. Very, very cheap. Even newer stuff that, of course, this game did not do well. The Kill the Justice League game, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, now $7. If you haven't played it yet, you can't really get too much cheaper than that. You're probably going to be okay with spending $7, even if you buy it and then don't like it and maybe only spend a couple of hours into it, just get a couple achievements or whatever. So lots of games. August is huge sale. The Xbox right now is booming in terms of content and games to play. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. We've talked about the rumors about this. It's happening. You can pretty much guarantee it is happening. This also points more towards that this game is happening. And that is that you heard about the leak, the voice actor who kind of let it slip that this game was in the works. Well, apparently Ubisoft actually threatened to sue him after he did tease the remake of this game. And he comes out there and kind of just talks about how he can't say anything else because Ubisoft actually came out and threatened to sue him. So Matt Ryan, who plays Edward Kenway in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, was filmed at a convention in June, hinting at a fan that a remake was on the way. And now recently, a new video that has been posted and now removed. I actually watched the video. I don't believe it is up anymore, though. He says that, well, here's his quote. Well, the thing is, when that happened, someone was doing this, which was filming him, and I was being very free and open, but I didn't know that they actually were recording me on their phone. And then the company threatened to sue me. Yeah, so I say nothing. And this would basically tell you that this game is in the works. Ubisoft did not want this to get out. They probably want to have a big presentation because they know this will be big and it will sell a ton of copies. And people will be very excited because people have been asking for a Black Flag remake for a very, very long time. And if you're looking at the rumors here, it was reported in 2023 that the game was in the early stages of development at Ubisoft Singapore, and which is the studio behind the original game's boating gameplay, would be involved in the remake project. So I think it's happening. They wouldn't be threatening to sue him if he kind of just said that and there was really no truth to it. So I just want to see this game announced at this point. How is it going to look? How are they going to improve upon it? Because really, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, if you boot it up right now, it's still a good looking game. It came out on the Xbox One, the PS4. I also believe it was cross-gen with the 360 and the PS3. I think it was a game that was released at launch. It was that Assassin's Creed that was released at the launch period of that generation. So still very good, though. It's still a great game. Still looks good. If you played it now, just the original version, you'll still have a great time with it. All right, Starfield. This game we've heard so long that it's going to be coming out for the PlayStation 5, and of course with the multi-platform push now, you can pretty much bet it is. I would have expected that it'd be out for PS5 already. It isn't, and it actually may not be coming out now for a little bit longer here. It may not be coming out till spring 2026 with a brand new expansion at that time. So they're still making content for Starfield. If you love that game and you want an expansion, there is more content coming. But we have a report here from MP First that Starfield was pushed out of 2025. And this is partly due to the RPG's weak sales of the first expansion, Shattered Space, which launched in September 2024. Now, to be fair, I played Shattered Space. It wasn't very good. It was kind of boring at times. The quests weren't deep. It could definitely be significantly better. So I'm hoping this next expansion is significantly better. And I'd rather them take as much time as possible to get it good. It did get mostly negative reviews on Steam, and I think it was fair. I think the reviews for Shattered Space was relatively fair because I did not enjoy it either. But because of this, they say the PS5 launch will apparently coincide with the release of Starfield's second expansion and other quality of life updates. And MP First said not to expect an announcement at Gamescom later this month, or an imminent shadow drop as the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered benefited from. So if there is Starfield coming to the PS5, it's coming with the next expansion, which is going to be pushed to 2026. I've already seen people speculating online. We've had the whole multi-platform discussions going on with the PS5 job posting and PlayStation fans. They already started speculating online that Gamescom was going to be the place that Starfield finally comes over to PlayStation. It looks like that it won't be the case. I think right now, as gamers, as fans, as the industry, embrace the whole multi-platform thing where you're not being locked down to a single box and then have to go buy other boxes to play stuff that you do want to play. This is great for gamers, and I hope we see more of these games transferring between the consoles. And finally, we will talk about the PlayStation 6 because this one is somewhat surprising to me, and it has to do with the performance that they are looking for with the PS6 and then the pricing of the console. So we've talked about some of the specs here from what we've seen about PS6 leaks, but we have this article here from Engadget, and they're saying that a leak claims that the PS6 could have triple the performance as the PS5. Now, that's not too surprising because this console has been out here since 2020, which is the PlayStation 5. But then they released a PS5 Pro and they launched it at $700. The surprising thing for me is that they are looking to release this PS6 for triple the performance, but for the same price, which would be $500. That's what the PS5 did release at. I forget if they raised the prices around the world on the PS5. I know in some places they did do, so maybe 550 or whatever, even 600 would be surprising to me for the next generation launch of a console. Again, this comes via Moore's Law is Dead, who he's been kind of suspect on some of his leaks. If you go back to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S, he was wrong about like the RDNA stuff, which is pretty infamous now with some of the videos out there. It was just absurd to think that the PS5 was going to be RDNA 3. Kind of still funny laughing at that. But his shares here that the PlayStation 6 possible specs, which we've already talked about, and in terms of the actual pricing and everything, and when they are expecting to release this is going to be around a 2027, 2028 release period. But they say here that the PlayStation 6 is rumored to have PS4 and PS5 backwards compatibility, which is not shocking, but potentially releasing with a price tag of $499. That I don't believe. I don't think that is going to be the case. I think the PS6 is going to be coming in more along the pricing of the PlayStation 5 Pro. I think we are getting away here from the $500 console generations going forward with the way that the companies are going about things, especially with putting games onto other platforms. They're trying less, I think, to sell them at a loss and not subsidize them. They just know that that isn't where their business is going to be making all of the money. It's going to be making it from the sales and getting more people to jump into their games that they create. So $500 for the PS6 doesn't make too much sense to me, especially because that would be more or less expensive than the PS5 Pro. The PS5 Pro launched at $700. It's $200 less. If you're somebody who just bought a PS5 Pro, you spent $700, you're about to get a PS6 in just a few years that is going to be better than it, and it's going to be $200 less than what you spent on the PS5 Pro. You're probably going to be kind of annoyed at that. So we'll see. It'd be great if they did come in at 500, but I just don't think so. I think 700 is going to be the baseline for these next generation consoles. But again, yet to be foreseen. All of this speculation, all of this rumor, and we won't know until we get those announcements in the next coming years. But I will end the video there. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.